The psychology behind people who don't post their photos online is so much deeper, calmer, and honestly more powerful than most people realize. And by the end of this video, you might start appreciating these people more, or maybe you'll suddenly realize that you're one of them. The first thing to understand is this: they're not hiding, they're choosing. A lot of people assume that if someone doesn't post their photo, they must be insecure. But many of these people are actually the most secure ones in the room. They don't need likes to feel confident. They don't need comments to feel attractive. They don't chase validation because they don't depend on it. Their self-worth isn't built on algorithms, engagement, or the dopamine rush of online attention. They're comfortable with themselves in private, not in public. They don't need the world to clap for them. They clap for themselves. That's not insecurity. That's emotional independence. The second thing is privacy. While most of the world is busy sharing every little detail of their lives, breakfast pictures, airport selfies, car mirrors, gym mirrors, bathroom mirrors, these people move in the opposite direction. They find peace in being private. They find comfort in silence. They believe that not everything needs to be shared, not every moment needs an audience, and not every face needs to be judged. They're not antisocial. They simply respect their own boundaries. They understand that overexposure leads to overanalysis, and they choose the freedom that comes with not being watched. Another interesting thing about people who don't post their photos is that they're often observers, not performers. In group photos, they're the ones always behind the camera. They're the ones taking the picture instead of posing for it. They're the quiet ones, the thinkers, the ones who enjoy absorbing the moment instead of documenting it. They're present. They feel deeply. They watch people's expressions, notice the tone of conversations, pick up on small details others miss. They're not avoiding photos because of fear. They're avoiding them because they value experiencing life more than recording it. They engage with the world, not with the lens. Another big reason they avoid posting is because they don't crave outside approval. Social media can be a harsh place. No matter how good you look, someone always has something to say. Too much makeup, too little makeup, too plain, too fancy, too happy, too sad. People judge everything. People who intentionally avoid posting their pictures usually understand how unnecessary this validation cycle is. They don't want their self-image to depend on strangers' opinions. They don't want to hand their confidence over to people who don't even know them. They already know who they are. That's enough. And let's not ignore the mysterious element. People who don't post their photos automatically appear more intriguing. When someone posts everything about their lives, no one gets curious. But when someone posts nothing, suddenly everyone wants to know everything. That's the power of mystery. These people don't do it on purpose. It's just natural to them. They're private, grounded, self-contained. They don't need attention to exist. They don't need visibility to feel seen. They're the type of people who would rather be known deeply by a few than be seen superficially by thousands. One of the most beautiful things about these people is that they live life in real time. They laugh without thinking about recording it. They travel without worrying about angles. They eat without arranging the plate for an aesthetic shot. Their memories live in their minds, not in their feeds. They don't need digital proof that they're enjoying life because they're too busy actually enjoying it. That's a kind of richness social media can't measure. For some people, not posting photos is part of healing. Maybe they used to overshare. Maybe they used to depend too much on attention. Maybe life taught them to value privacy. Maybe judgment made them withdraw. Whatever the reason, staying private becomes their peace. Not putting their face online becomes their healing. A quiet life becomes their power. At the end of the day, people who don't post their photos aren't strange. They're not hiding anything dark or dramatic. They're just different, more intentional, more in tune with themselves. They want authenticity over attention. They want peace over popularity. They want real connections over digital applause. And honestly, that's a strength, because in a world that's constantly shouting, there's something powerful about staying silent. In a world obsessed with exposure, there's something beautiful about staying unseen. In a world hungry for attention, there's something special about choosing peace. You don't need to be seen by everyone to know your own worth. Some people shine quietly, some glow privately, some people live their best life off camera. And that's not a red flag. That's emotional maturity, confidence, and strength.